everyone. It's time for another update, and today's topic is going to be how to ease the stress of intense change in your lives. Many of us are going through very, very intense change right now, and not understanding how to deal with the stress of it and how to ease the stress of it just seems to make it more extreme and more intense. And the more intense it becomes, the more it begins to create a block, because the more stressed we are, the more afraid we are, the more afraid we are, the more angry we are, and the anger creates the block. And it creates a block around our health, around our finances, and our relationships. It basically just blocks every area of our life, and that's why so many of us don't like change. We do not know how to navigate through change. So today I'm going to explain to you how I navigate through change. It's something I've learned over time thanks to the guides and their higher dimensional perspective. So, number one, when you're going through intense change, slow down and breathe. You don't have to, if you're like me, you power through it. You don't even feel your feelings. You just want to get through it. And you don't take time to sit down and think about how you're feeling or allow yourself to feel your feelings. The second thing is, to do that, you've also got to be grounded in your body. So it's getting out of your head into your body. And for me, what I do is I have a place in my bedroom now where every evening I will go and I will just sit there. And I like rocking chairs, so I rock in my rocking chair and I will journal, and I'll think about, okay, how am I feeling about all this? I'm feeling anxious, I'm feeling stressed, blah, 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 blah. Then I also eat a lot of protein when I go through periods of intense stress, because the protein helps me get through the changes. I don't know why it is. It keeps me grounded. When I'm in my body, I'm more aware of my feelings, and so I can process the feelings, and the feelings have to be processed. So the second thing I do is that I make a list of all of my tasks on a daily basis. What consists my workload overall? Between family and work, what do I have to do? And then I look at that workload, including anything new that's been added as a result of the change. And the next thing I do is I prioritize. I go, okay, what has to stay? In other words, what do I have to do? And is there anything in this list that I can either let go of or delegate? And then if I can delegate it, I find someone to delegate it to, because I realize that if I don't, I'm going to stay in a very stressed fight or flight reactive situation, and that's just going to keep blocking every area of my life, and it's going to make the change a lot more extreme. The next thing I do is I breathe. I just remember to breathe. In fact, every night in my journal I write this note: just remember to breathe, because breathing helps you get through it. Breathing through the nose. You know, in yoga they have you do this thing where you go up like this and then you come down. And I will stand in my room and I will do that like 3 or 4 times, and it's amazing how that will help me center and calm me down, so I can logically think through things. And then finally, as I express my feelings around this change to somebody who is safe, either the person who I'm going through it with, if they're safe, or somebody else. And safe means somebody who can hear you and not try to fix it or make it better. So an example of how I'm doing this is recently I've taken on 2 new additions to my family here, little 4-legged friends, a new beagle for Gracie, my other beagle. She's a year old, and we rescued her through a rescue organization, and also a little 3.5-month-old kitten that I rescued. And even though I absolutely love both of them and they're just adorable, they still create stress. And I was handling it okay until I realized yesterday that one of them has ear mites, and therefore I have to treat everybody in the family. And all of a sudden, treating 4 animals for ear mites for 10 days was somewhat overwhelming. In other words, I was up to my limit in what I had as far as energy in my energy account, and now this was putting me over the edge. So last night I sat down and I journaled, and I said, okay, what's my daily workload? And I realized that I have to delegate something in order to stay balanced while taking on this new task of managing the ear mite problem. Oh, here's this right here is Miss Violet, Miss V. She's our new little kitten. And she and the new doggy, who's a year old, love to play with each other. So anyway, what I realized I had to delegate, which was something I absolutely love to do, which is to mow the lawn. So I asked a friend who's staying with me for a period of time, I'm also training to be an emotional clearing coach, whose name is Patty, if she would handle that for me. And she was like, yeah, absolutely. So that freed up the energy that I needed to be able to take care of the treatment for the ear mites on all 4 of the animals. That put me back in a state of balance. The other thing, and the final thing that you do, is you express your feelings around what's going on with you to the person. Maybe I already said that, I don't know, but to the person if you can. So this morning, Patty and I went for a walk, and I explained, you know, here's where I am. I'm feeling overwhelmed because I've taken on this extra task. And so she goes, yeah, I totally get it. What do you need help with? So we agreed on the lawn. So if you hear a lawnmower, she's out there actually mowing right now, so that I could be in here doing this message. So anyway, that's kind of how I do it. Just so to give you back, to do another little rundown. Number 1 is you slow down, you ground. Number 2 is you view the new task. You make a list of all your to-dos, and then any new additions to that list, and then figure out, the next step is to prioritize it and then delegate it. What you can either give to somebody else to do or let go of in order to regain your balance. You just got too much on your plate. And the next one is to breathe, and then finally to express to other people around you. Give yourself an outlet for your feelings so that you don't bottle them up and carry them around. And if you do that, you'll find that getting through periods of intense change are much easier, because you're not letting things build up and block inside of you. So hopefully this will help you, and I will talk to you next week. Send me an email, tell me if that is helpful to you, and have a great one. Bye-bye.